Right, and back now to the celebrations of International Women's Day. We're here on Morning Live today. We celebrate South African women. We'll be reflecting on the progress that women have made over the past 30 years of democracy in our country. And during that time, breaking barriers in male-dominated careers as well. And although women and girls represent half of the world's population, they still face huge challenges, including not being able to effectively participate in equal opportunities for leadership positions. To highlight this, later this morning, I will be joined by some women leaders in the media and communication space for a panel discussion to talk about the progress that they've made, some of the issues they've had to face, including inequality and how they've navigated these spaces. But right now, let's cross to Leanne, who is in the building somewhere, and we thought we'd give you a behind-the-scenes look at some of the women we work with here in our industry. So it's over to you, Leanne.
Thanks very much, Sakina. Yes, indeed. So I'm not too far from the studio. I just walked out, and here I am at what we call the green room, the TV news green room. So basically what happens is when a guest arrives, this is where they come, they walk in here, they sit down, have a cup of coffee, and they're welcomed before they come into studio for the interview. Listen, we know that television has evolved over the last couple of years, so a lot of the interviews are now online. But for the guests that do come here, which we urge you to come, it's such a nice experience to be here. This is where you come. And you're welcomed by our guest coordinator. So this is one of our guest coordinators here at the SABC, Boenkgotlo Mokgotu. So nice to be chatting to you, but like this.
It's quite nice, Leanne.
Yeah.
It's very nice.
So talk to me about this now. You obviously working in this industry, in media. What did you do? How did you sort of get your way into here? What did you study and how did you land up getting this job?
Wow, I actually did a lot of things from swimming to now working at the social development. I worked with a lot of community. I did community development, and that's how I found myself here at the SABC today.
Oh, wow. So in other words, you've tried everything, and then you've just thought, okay, well, I'm going to grab every opportunity that comes my way, and you've landed up working here. Well, have you enjoyed it? What's it like being here?
Wow, it is quite amazing. I have met amazing people since I've worked here, amazing people like you. I've always wanted to work with you. Now it is a dream come true. I am here next to you, working hand in hand with Leanne. So nice. And the people that I found here, they were so welcoming, amazing. It was quite great working at the SABC.
I love that. So, today obviously being International Women's Day, it's a day where we stop and we look at how far we've come and the opportunities that are available to us. So as a woman and working in this country and in this building, talk to us. What's it been like for you?
Wow. We have actually grown as women. We have grown a lot from where it all started while we were growing up to where we are today. It's quite an honor to be a woman, a black woman especially, because we did not have much of opportunities growing up, or like people older than us did not have. So now they've opened the paths for us. We are here today. We are making it.
Fantastic.
Thank
Listen,
you.
Keep it up. Keep it up. So as you say, from a swimming pool to social development to the SABC, who knows where you're going next? The world is your oyster.
Yes.
Enjoy it.
Thank you so
I'm going to keep taking the viewers on a bit of a tour. So bear with me as we walk around and we see how things are going. So I'm going to walk out. So this is now where we leave the guest room. And hopefully I'm going to get the cameraman to come out first and then I'll follow him out there. Okay. All right. So nobody ever said that it was going to be an easy industry to you to be in. But you know what? It's fabulous. It's one of those industries where there are so many wonderful opportunities. And what happens is that you sort of get into a building where there are lots and lots of places to move. You think that, when you come into media, it's all about being on television. It really isn't. There's so many aspects to media and so many different opportunities that are available to both men and women in this industry. So you saw, obviously we didn't get into the makeup room because that's just a place of a hive of activity as well, where there's so many people working in there. So you'll find a lot of women working in the makeup room. But at the same time, as you see, guest coordinator. And then, ladies and gentlemen, I walk through this passageway and then I get into the SABC Newsroom. So take a look. This is the SABC Newsroom, and you'll find this is where the heart of the SABC Beats and SABC News, which is a really wonderful, wonderful place to be. Look, remember, this is the morning. It's the early morning, so there are not too many people that are sort of around. You've got quite a sort of small, dedicated team that come in the morning. And when I mean early, I'm talking like 3 o'clock in the morning that sometimes they will arrive here. So you'll get the overnight shift that ends, and then, of course, the morning crew that come in, and they have to put the news together, monitor all of the international news channels, see where things have happened and what hasn't happened, rejig the news. That's Hugh over there. Hugh, I'm not speaking to you. It's International Women's Day. So he works tirelessly editing the news for us. So I'm going to find here in the corner somebody that I've worked with for many, many years. Pumla, how are you doing? You look so beautiful this morning.
Thank you very much, Leanne.
Listen, explain the chain to me. I'm worried. It looks like you're chained to your desk.
People just like comfortable chairs, so they want them all day.
So listen, I promise you, it's not that bad here. We don't have to chain our chairs to the desk. So you just making sure nobody takes your chair.
No, not really. I just found it here.
So listen, we're talking about opportunities that are here at the SABC and working in media. I mean, you've been doing this for a long time. How many years have you been here now?
I've been with Morning Live for 17 years now.
Yeah,
Yes.
I know. You and me, we go back a very far way. But how have you noticed that it's changed over the years for women? I mean, 17 years is a good amount of time to see a lot of change and development in an industry.
Yes, when you knock on the door and ask for opportunities, the managers actually do give you. It's up to you whether you want to go forward or you want to be in one place.
Yeah.
So there is good training, there is good mentorship, so it's very helpful. But you have to be assertive, you have to be determined, and you have to be innovative as well and upskill yourself because media evolves, it changes. So especially with digital. So you also have to learn that because I'm from print media and then now I'm on TV, now I have to learn digital as well.
It's unbelievable. I mean, when you look back onto 17 years, and I often do that as well, and I sort of think to myself, I cannot believe how much we've evolved and how much you have to stay on top of things, because if you don't stay on top of it, I mean, digital right now is the most powerful platform. I mean, that's what people rely on. So you have to constantly be upskilling yourself. And the opportunities are available, especially for women to do that. Not all countries are like this.
Definitely not, because at least in South Africa, when you knock on those doors and people open up them for you, you have to be the one who take things in your own hands and just do the work that you're supposed to do, but do more as well. Yeah. Do more than is required so that you are available to the company, you're available to the newsroom. So it helps a lot to be determined.
Pumla, what time do you get up?
I get up at 1 a.m. because I have to be here.
Listening.
Yes. It's quite a lot, but it's doable.
It's doable.
Because media is about passion. It's not about glamour. It's hard work.
Yeah.
So you have to put in the hard work and it pays off at some point.
Some people think it is all glamour because of the makeup and the clothes, but then, trust me, that's the hard part. That is the hard part. And then there's the grafting behind there. I love it. I think it's great. If you've got a message to women that perhaps look at what you're doing and think to themselves, maybe this is what I want to do. I mean, what does it take to do a job like this?
Yes, it takes a lot of educating yourself. It takes a lot of going out there, being with people, because in the media, you are at the front where changes are happening, and you have to be the pulse of that change. You have to bring information to the people. So getting on well with people, knowing them, understanding them, and then it's your responsibility to give them information so that they can make informed decisions about their lives.
Amazing.
So you have to be that person who's responsible with what you write, but then people have to use that information to do changes they want to do in their lives.
Love it. Keep it up. Keep it up, Pumla. Now we expect you to look like this every day. Hey?
Oh, yeah.
Pumla, thanks very much. That, of course, is Pumla Sikeleni Mokhotsi. She's an SABC bulletin writer here with us, and it's so nice to be able to chat to them here. And I'll tell you what, let's go down. I'm going to go into the vision mixer now. So not vision mixer, actually I'm going to be chatting to a video editor. We'll talk to a mixer in a short while. So let's go this way. I think it's over here. But you can see there are many opportunities that are available in a newsroom. And you can see there are so many women that work in these newsrooms. It's actually quite incredible that, since I know when I started here, there's been a massive churn and shift into the amount of women that have entered into industries. I mean, whether it be from the cameraman's point of view, from a video editor, vision mixing, you name it. So where am I walking? I think I'm into this one here. So we're going into Edit Suite 9, and look at her. You guys are looking all too nice this morning. Don't be fooled, South Africa. This is not necessarily how beautiful everyone looks behind the scenes. How nice is it to have makeup on this morning?
Oh, it's very nice. I am zhuzhed up. I look so nice.
Judy, it's so nice to see you. I'm going to come and sit on your drawer here. So, I mean, you guys have got a very important job, because people don't realize that, you know, what you see on TV has to be edited. It can't just be this raw thing that's thrown onto air. You've got to sit here and go through every movement, everything. How is it? I mean, how did you get into this?
Well, I studied film and television many moons ago at Nemisa, and that's how I got into the industry. I then worked for like production houses, but then I got into the SABC as well, like a decade ago.
Amazing. And I mean, did you find that perhaps the editing side of things, did you find it was dominated by mostly males when you first started, and you're seeing a shift, or has it always been an industry that's been quite accessible to women?
Well, it was previously male-dominated, but, you know, as time goes on, then they've opened up opportunities for women as well to take over, because, I mean, even now, as you see, that it's still male-dominated as we speak, even in terms of wage payment and stuff, but women have also been given the opportunity to work as video editors and also to work internationally as well.
Yeah, which is a good thing. But, you know, hearing that men still at this point do get paid more than women, and that's not only in this industry. Yes. There are many industries like this out there where you sort of compare yourself to the level of what a man's being paid opposed to a woman. That is disheartening. Or do you find that that's just part of the battle?
Well, it is part of the battle, and because the SABC is quite good. They're doing good in terms of wage parity. We are paid the same amount as our male counterparts. But then outside the SABC, male are still paid more than females for doing this exact same job. Yeah.
Scary, isn't it? Scary. So what do you do? I mean, let's give me a quick glimpse.
Well, this is a sports package that I do for Tando.
Okay.
Yeah, so Tando will come in here, sit with me, he voices, and then he gives me the visuals. Then I just put it together and make a beautiful story with beautiful net sounds. Net sound is very important for sports.
It is, hey? It is. And when we talk net sound, it's natural sound. So you can hear the commentary and the crowd in the background, and you've got to put that in, and then you've got to make it dip and higher, and then make sure that the visuals speak to the voice.
Yes, the visuals must speak to the voice, and you cannot have visuals without sound.
I know.
So you need to make sure that, as Tando says, for example, Cape Town City have scored, you need to actually see the score.
Yeah.
You cannot see Pirates scoring. So it needs to be in sync with what he is saying.
Yeah.
And you need to make sure that there are no jump cuts, there are no blacks, or else you're going to get fired.
You're going to get into big trouble.
Yes.
But, I mean, this is a pressurized job because you're working to deadlines, and that's important, especially in the morning. I mean, what is it like? And perhaps maybe I'll leave it here for there are not only young women, because there are a lot of young guys that are watching as well, but being International Women's Day, perhaps you can chat to us about what it takes to be in this position.
Well, I actually wake up at 3. That's where I'm going to start. I wake up at 3 because I don't live that far. Then I have to be here at 4 a.m. And then I get here. I am also a coordinator for the video editors, make sure that people are actually here and allocate them. And then after that, I need to sit and check the stories that my colleagues have done. And afterwards, I still need to edit. So we need to chase after time. Time is important in this industry. I need to make sure that at 6 o'clock exactly, all the stories are in there, not later than that. Because then, if you are reading your headline and the story is not there, and the story doesn't make it on TV, then we are in trouble. We're all in trouble. We cannot afford to have a black.
No, you can't. You can't. Do you have kids?
Yes,
That's
I do.
hard.
They understand, because I've been in this industry for quite some time.
Yeah.
They understand that mommy may work until late. She will wake up very early in the morning. We will see her when we see her.
No, it is. That's part and parcel of this early morning. So nice to chat to you. Thank you.
So much, Leanne.
You got a sports bulletin in what, 20 minutes or so? I don't even know.
Yeah, 20 minutes.
But you do the news as well, right?
Yeah, I do the news as well. I
Okay.
do everything. I do cutting edge. I do every single thing.
Look at it. This is it. You see what I'm saying? We can do it. So nice chatting. Enjoy. Get back to work. Thanks for chatting to us. Okay, that's Chidi Mutata, who's one of our SABC video editors here. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take you back to the studio. So let's go this way. This is where, of course, we broadcast from. So isn't it fascinating? I hope you're finding this fascinating, because I know you guys just see Sakina and myself sitting at a desk and V reading the news and perhaps the weather being done, but you don't understand that there is a massive team behind the scenes. You may not think so, because this is a big newsroom and there are lots of desks and lots of computers here, and not necessarily manned by people, but believe me, they all start coming in later and they're working throughout the day and night. And remember that this is sort of an industry that never ever sleeps, because news never sleeps. So here we go. This is us. So when we arrive in the morning, we broadcast from Studio 11 at the SABC. So we're going to walk in there, and this is now the live broadcast that's taking place. So, what can I tell you? This has become somewhat of a home for all of us. This is where we are. This is what is behind television and what powers television. There you can see Pamela. She's sitting there at the weather. So that's where you get all your information from, Pamela. This is it, hey? I love it. So, I mean, no, nothing's changed since we last saw you, hey?
Not too much happening today, unfortunately, Leanne, yeah.
This is Megan. This is our executive producer, who's also watching everything we're saying and talking to us and making sure that things are fine. So where am I going? I know I want to speak. Oh, we're going around. So I'm going to the directors. Here's all the guys that are doing all these things, but I'm walking literally right to the end. That's where I'm going. Here's our show director. This is Apiwe, who's doing the show. Well, you know Apiwe, I'm sure, from Trends. She's, of course, doing show producing. Llewellyn is directing for us today. I'm skipping you out, Llewellyn. Not International Men's Day today. Hey? It's the Women's Day. We're talking vision mixing, and I've made my way to you. Lemmy, people probably thinking, what is vision mixing? Talk to me. What is it all about?
I think the easiest way to explain it would be when you're watching a soccer game, right? There are these multiple cameras that are set up in the the stadium, whereas what a vision mixer does is take all these feeds from camera 1, camera 2, camera 3, and we display that on screen. So what the audience sees is a very clear-cut sequence of events happening, from the player kicking the ball to the reaction of a fan in the stadium. Yeah. So it's my job to make sure that all these cuts are seamless and the audience can follow through with the story. So take that and then apply it to the news. That's amazing. What I'm currently doing. Yes.
I love that. And I mean, there are all these, just for viewers to look out there, I mean, just look at all the screens that you're all following, the directors are following, the producers are following, you are following, just to make sure that the viewer has the seamless experience when they're sitting at home watching, because people don't realize when there's a bad production, you notice it straight away. It's tiring to watch. It needs to be seamless, and that's your job.
That's my job, exactly. So I have certain effects that I use, certain split screen effects, and also the helpers that help me. So it's not just me. I have to delegate between a team of vision mixers, graphic controllers, and yourselves as well, to let you know, okay, this is what's happening, this is where we're going, and yes, all of the guidance of our technical director and executive producer.
So, Lemmy, we've got, this is a nice view. See, director, I'm not going to run over this time. I can see the clock right here, so I got a couple of seconds. What does it take to be in this industry as a woman? I mean, was this, again, a position that very much so was held by men, but you're seeing the face changing?
I think first and foremost what I learned is a thick skin. You have to be able to develop a thick skin, because it's a lot of pressure in this environment, and at the end of the day, everything that goes on air is ultimately my fault and my doing. So if I put the wrong thing on air, that's my fault, and I need to be able to acknowledge my mistakes and then come back from that. So just persevering in this industry, that's what I can say.
Keep doing it. All right, so you've seen the women. I want to show you now. This is what we hear in our ears when you're about to hear the news. So Llewellyn is about to do it. This is your moment to shine. 5 seconds to the news. Roll the sting, do what you got to do.
Stand by, Sakina. In 5, 4,